first African-American Operation Ceasefire Initiative. The first African-American Operation Ceasefire Initiative. They're just starting to gather right now. They have a 5-point peace treaty that includes ending the killings, ending open-air gun battles and injuring innocent bystanders, and ending road rage.
Thank you, all of the mothers that have responded to the call of an African-American ceasefire that was initiated on the corner of Fulton and Lafayette on January 1st, 2017, when we declared that an African-American ceasefire begins here in Baltimore. On that day, we said, without any inclination on how it would turn out, that on February 21st, 2017, which marks 52 years after the death of Malcolm X and 39 years after the death of Dr. King, that neither one of them was arguing about black-on-black homicide because it was not our issue. They were arguing about civil rights and segregation, having just coming out of lynchings and slavery. So from 1619 to 1968, that's 349 years. And for the first 349 years in this country, blacks were murdered, raped, kidnapped, and miseducated by others. And in the year 1969, if you Google it, it is the year that marks the beginning of black-on-black homicide, 1969, which was 47 years ago. So 349 years of oppression by others that turned into 47 years of genocide and onslaught by each other. I think I have a right to call for a ceasefire as being a former narcotics peddler here in Baltimore on the east side and west side. I think I have a right to call for a ceasefire, losing my brother on the corner of Monument Luzerne on January 1st, 2009. I think I got a right to call for a ceasefire after I just went and seen my parole officer today. I think I got a right to call for a ceasefire after what happened to Trayvon Martin. I think I got a right to call for a ceasefire after what happened to the guy in New York when you choked him to death. I think I got a right to call for a ceasefire after you shot that man in his back. I think I got a right to call for a ceasefire after everything we've been through in this country. I got a right to call for a ceasefire for African American males that begins with a 5-point peace treaty, and I have witnesses that these young men are endorsing the 5-point peace treaty, and it begins with 1. None has the right to kill except by legal right. What you mean by that, huh? What I mean is this: you J, you Blood, you Crip. No matter who you say you are, your Constitution don't call for unjustifiable homicide. 2, no more open-air gun battles in residential areas where men, women, and children reside. You beefing, take it in the woods. 3, no more disputes about who sells drugs, cigarettes, or alcohol on these corners. They all belong to the government. 4, no more spontaneous killings such as you stepped on my shoes. What you looking at? Road rage, etc., etc. 5, revenge killings is no longer for the streets, but rather justice is for the family after the person has been found to be liable for the murder based upon the proofs in court. The movement begins in Baltimore. We're in the next stages of building a coalition of women that have lost their sons or daughters, not excluding the men.